Good morning. You're watching PA Harness Week. I'm Charlotte McBride. Well, snow turned most of the Northeast into a winter wonderland this week, canceling many races across the Northeast. But don't worry, we've still got a lot of great races to show you. Plus, we'll take a look back at 2013 and some of our favorite moments. Racing is now over at Harrah's. We'll take a look back at a couple of stakes races from the past year, and I'll talk with several drivers about the great year of Pennsylvania racing in 2013. Plus, track announcer James Withright is saying sayonara. I'll talk with him about his new endeavor and a very special blast from the past with one fabulous filly. We hope you all have a very Merry Christmas this year. We'll see you next week for the Best of 2013 show. Tune in.
Go. Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starting fast outside here is Brent Messenger to the early. 15-5 and 4 the halftime. Just over 3 inches to go. At the top of the stretch.
Ho, 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 ho. Happy ho, ho, ho holidays. Merry Christmas to you and yours from all of us here at our family at PA Harness Week. I'm Steve Ross, this is Heather Vitale, and no, I'm not Santa Claus, although I sound a little like Santa Claus. Well, I don't sound a little like Santa Claus, I sound somewhat like Santa Claus, but for those of you who maybe celebrate Hanukkah, that was back then, but it's a close enough proximity to say, well, you can talk about it now. It's close enough if you know what I mean. But anyway, why can't I stop talking like this? Smack me or do something to me, or help me, do something.
Really? You're letting me?
Yes, please. That's
wow.
better.
Now, that was a Christmas present right there.
All that building up all through the year to do that. Okay, it was a great year of Pennsylvania racing, and our Charlotte McBride caught up with a bunch of drivers to talk about how great it was to drive here in the Keystone State.
All right, Yannick, the racing season coming to a close here. A great year it was in 2013 for especially the Pennsylvania tracks. Elaborate a little bit on that and what you enjoy most about these PA tracks.
Well, I love it. You know, I mean, there's a lot of money and a lot of great races. Chester has been a great year here for me, but Pocono, I think Pocono was the highlight of Pennsylvania this year with the Breeders' Crowns. They did a great job, and they put on a good show.
You mentioned the Breeders' Crown. What are some memories you'll take with you?
Well, probably the most, the funnest race I've ever been in, the Breeders' Crown Age Pacers. Foiled again. That's the definition of his career. Courage and determination. Refuse to lose. I think they all come into play in that race. You know what I mean? So it's definitely the most thrilling race I've ever been in, and I think a lot of people can say the same.
On another note, the holidays just around the corner. Anything you're looking forward to most about this holiday season?
A little time off, that's what I'm looking for, but no, we always go to Maine on my wife's side of the family, and a little bit of ice skating and outdoor activities with the kid, so it'll be a good time.
Well, enjoy your time off and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, same to you.
This racing season coming to a close here in Pennsylvania, what are some moments that you'll remember about this year?
It's been a really good year. I win some Sire Stakes finals and stuff. Didn't have a real big Breeders' Crown night, but it's been a good year and a lot of good racing all year long. So I really enjoyed it and look forward to next year.
What is so great about racing, specifically here in the state of Pennsylvania?
Just the breeding program and the Sire Stakes program is very good, and they have a lot of other stake races. So, it's a very good program, and you can make good money at it if you get some that are okay.
I know the holidays are just around the corner. What are you looking forward to most this holiday season?
This year, my whole family's coming out to our house, so we're going to have about 50 people at our house for Christmas. So we're excited about that.
So you get a little bit of time off?
Yeah, it'll be a little time off here and there, race a couple nights a week, so it slows down quite a bit now.
To me, it was a great year, 2013, especially for the Pennsylvania tracks and the events here at these tracks. What are some great memories you're going to take with you?
Well, 2013 was great for me. I have a lot of them that I could speak about, but not enough time to do it. But the Ben Farnklin was cool. I went in 47 with the Rock and Roll Dance at Pocono. Captaintreacherous raced, and he went some very awesome miles, and great for the fans to watch. And I just had a great year. I've got to win a lot of races, make a lot of money, and get to ride and sit behind a lot of great horses. So that's cool for me.
I know you've had a great year on the track, and now you're getting ready for an upcoming surgery. Are you a little nervous about this surgery in the off season?
No, I'm ready. I'm ready to get it done, and hopefully it goes as well as the last one and get rid of the pain. And hopefully 2014 14. I hope I can make it better than I did in 13. So just hopefully God's with me and I can get it done.
I know you're having surgery over the holidays, but what else are you looking forward to about the holiday season this year?
You know, just spending time with the family and not have to work every day and just enjoy my life a little bit and have fun.
We'll have a great Christmas.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Back to you.
Thank you, guys. Best of luck to you in 2014. Our Kelly Connors, by the way, will be here later in the show to talk more about the great year in review 2013 in Pennsylvania. Stick around. When we come back, we'll have a look at the Betsy Ross, which took place right here at Harrah's Philly. And we'll also see a feature with track announcer James Withright, who is picking up his mic and moving on. Don't go away.
The leader is Colossal Cruiser, but he's challenged by Windsong Gorgeous, and they're two better than Upscale Hanover with just over 3/8 to go.
Feel the action. Get a taste of victory. Spice things up. And play to win. Mohegan Sun, off-track wagering. Allentown, Carbondale, East Stroudsburg. Always leave happy.
Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. You may not have any idea about this, but this is our holiday edition of PA Harness Week. She's Heather Vitale. Hey, I'm Steve Ross.
It's our holiday edition?
It is.
Oh my gosh. I wish somebody would have told me.
Silly hat on your head, babe. And our Charlotte McBride is in a very festive mood, and it's kind of a bittersweet talking to she's going to have with track announcer James Withright, who is also a very talented musician. James will be leaving. He's moving on, and he'll be the track announcer at Tioga and doing other duties associated with the Meadowlands. So we wish him luck with that. Here's Charlotte with that.
The leader is Colossal Cruiser.
If you've ever been to watch a race in the last 7 years at Harrah's Philadelphia, you've probably heard the voice of James Withright.
The voice that you hear while you have money riding on the races at Philadelphia, that's me you hear telling you if you're going to win or lose.
But James's days of calling races in Philadelphia aren't everlasting. James is taking his talents to Tioga.
I'll be calling the races there, doing some writing and some handicapping as well, and I'll also be taking on some fan education roles at the Meadowlands and a little bit at Vernon as well. So I'll be bouncing around a lot, doing a lot of things, wearing many hats, but it's been a great 7 years at Harrah's Philadelphia, and thanks to everybody there. But I'm looking forward to this new endeavor as well.
We've all heard James Withright's voice for years at Harrah's Philadelphia calling the races, but what you may have not heard is the other sound he's become famous for.
I started perched myself on the bench of my grandmother's Wurlitzer organ when I was 3 and just started teaching myself. And then 3rd grade, I picked up trumpet in school, went to Duquesne University in Pittsburgh for jazz composition, and here we are.
Now, what do you see for your career? Do you see you making a career in music next? Do you see you making a career in harness racing? Where's your career going?
I've been able to keep 2 pretty separate careers going at the same time. So the coexistence of the 2 is really comfortable. They balance each other out. I know I've said before, the music balances the horse racing balances the music.
Bringing music to our ears with his bugle and his voice. He's our featured personality of the week. He's James Withright. For PA Harness Week, I'm Charlotte McBride.
Thank you, James, and from all of us here at PA Harness Week, we wish you nothing but success and a hearty congratulations on your new gig. He is a great guy. He's good for business. He loves the sport, and harness racing here at Harrah's is going to miss him.
Oh, absolutely, yep.
Okay, next week on our show, we're going to have virtually every great race that took place in 2013 in Pennsylvania. It's going to be a great year in review. Well, we're going to give you a little bit of a taste with first the Betsy Ross, then the Maxie Lee, 2 big races here at Harrah's. The first, the Betsy Ross, and Heather's got that for you.
I do. $250,000 on the line here for these older pacing mares. Now, there's 8 amazing mares in this race, including Economy Terror. She's 4 years old now, but when she was 2, she was voted the best 2-year-old in the entire country. She actually set a world record on this track that year. Also in here is Andra Vett. She was voted Harness Racing's best older female in 2011 and 2012. And then there's the defending champion for the Betsy Ross, and that's Royal CC. That's only to name a few in this stellar field.
Drop the Ball came away a length and a half in front. Romantic Moments going to keep the pace hot with a circuit to go. Moving up wide of Economy Terror to be a joint second. Marie Zetam is locked in 9/16 from home by Andrevet, the 2011 Betsy Ross winner. She's second over right now and 3 lengths off the lead. Rocklamation is third over with 4.5 to make. Up at the flank of Royal CC, and Feeling You is last to arrive on the backstretch, 6.5 behind Drop the Ball, who clicked off a 54 1/2 mile. Just over 3/8 to go in the 6th Betsy Ross. Drop the Ball turned aside the challenge of Romantic Moment, and Andrevet circled 3 wide, is up in a second spot wide of Economy Terror, who's had a perfect pocket ride so far, but she's locked in. Rocklamation's cut loose by Gingras, now within 2 lengths of the lead and gaining gradually. Marie Zetam buried in traffic, 3 off the lead, followed by Feeling You and Royal CC wedging between rivals. Romantic Moments dropped out last, and they stack up on Drop the Ball. 3/4 in 1:22 flat, and the field turns for home in the Betsy Ross. Drop the Ball holding Andrevet at bay. Rocklamation's making progress, and Economy Terror's cut loose up the open stretch. Down the wide outside, Royal CC with late pace. Up to the line, Economy Terror the advantage. Economy Terror!
Economy Terror got a perfect trip. She wins in 1:51.1 with Kakaley in the bike. Ford trainer Chris Oakes, she was really good to her supporters too. She pays $21.80 to win. By the way, this was only her 3rd start of the year when she notched this huge victory.
I only wanted. It's all I want in my life is a horse that pays $21.80 that I know is going to win. I don't ask for a lot, really.
Ask Santa for Christmas.
Absolutely. Okay, stick around when we come back. The other big race here at Harris Philly. It was the Maxie Lee, named for the former Pennsylvania trainer and all-around great guy. Don't go away.
Wishing Stone got the best of the start from between Uncle Peter and Savruga. Wishing Stone strides clear by a length and a half.
Tonight, it's ladies' night. The lights are low, and the stakes are high. Sometimes ladies' night is just a date night in disguise. At Mohegan Sun, wherever tonight takes you, it's your time to shine.
Hello there, and welcome back to PA Harness Week, our holiday edition. She's Heather, I'm Steve. As promised, the other big race here at Harris Philly was the $250,000 Maxie Lee Memorial. It was contested on May 26th. Okay, number 5, Wishing Stone with Yannick Gingras, the 6-5 chalk. Number 2, Uncle Peter, which may be the final time this year I'll get to say Uncle Peter, but I so do love to say Uncle Peter. He was 5-2. Number 7, Savruga with Andy Miller was 9-2. And here's James with that call.
Wishing Stone calls the shots and is pulling the tempo back some with Uncle Peter tracking from the pocket. And Savruga was forced first over, moving into the bridge turn. Modern Family has moved up to within 2.5 lengths of the lead, wide of Ice Machine. Black Tux White Sox is third over with 4.5 to make up at the half mile. He's Spooky and Opening Night are a joint last, and there's 6 lengths behind Wishing Stone, who did pull the half back, 56-4, so it was a 29-3 second quarter, and now Wishing Stone is trying to sprint clear of Savruga and Uncle Peter, with 3/8 to go in the 6th Maxie Lee Memorial. Modern Family is staying right with them. 4th to the outside, and 3 lengths off the lead. Ice Machine's buried in traffic. Black Tux White Sox has clear sailing, but 4 to make up, and Savruga is up within a half length of Wishing Stone as they round the far turn. 3/4 in 1:24.1. Coming to the top of the stretch, Wishing Stone holding Savruga at bay, back a length and a half in front. Modern Family's cut loose 3 wide. but lost some ground on the turn as Wishing Stone pulls clear.
Wishing Stone went right to the front and wired from there, winning the Maxi Lee in 152 flat. Uncle Peter was second, Modern Family was third, and our Kelly Connors caught up with Racing Secretary Rick Kane, who was formerly Racing Secretary here at Harris Philly and now at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, does an outstanding job, and she'll be talking to him about what's happening at Mohegan Sun.
Thanks, Heather and Steve. Joining us, Rick Kane, the Racing Secretary here at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. Rick, congratulations first off on not only a stellar racing season here at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, but also I understand you have a new position as well.
That's right. During the recently completed Racing Secretaries meeting down in Florida, they nominated and elected me as Vice President of the American Harness Racing Secretaries Association, which was kind of a surprise to me.
What was your reaction to the honor of receiving this title?
My reaction was, but it was a great honor, you know, and you know, it was a good time.
You definitely work hard for it. A lot of competitive racing, the overnights, the stakes races. In your mind, taking a look back on the season, what were some big nights or big races for you?
Well, this past season was an incredible season, as anybody who's been here or watched us on TV knows. You know, we had the Breeders' Crown, and you know, we had two other big stake nights. We had the Sun Stakes, which is a trademark here, and we also had, for the first time, the Super Stakes, which was races I brought back to life when I was at Chester. And we had them here this past year, and we had some great races. One of the few times that Captaintreacherous got beat was right here in the Battle of the Brandywine. It was a tremendous race, and he put on a great effort and everything, and he just lost by a nose. And of course, his mile in the hemp was incredible, being hung the whole mile and still winning. And so we had some great races here this year. And not to mention, I think we had 23 world records set or equal during the course of the season, and so that shows you what the quality of racing was this year.
It absolutely does, and talking about that quality of races and all that excitement, it leaves fans wanting more. So what can you tell us about the 2014 season and when that will maybe start up?
Well, it looks like our opening day is going to be March 22nd, which is about the same as it was this year. And we'll be going to, like, again, mid-November, and we'll have this year we're going to have the Sun Stakes back, which is the Hemp, the Lynch, and the Beal, and the Ben Farnklin as well. And we're also this year going to have the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes Championships for the 2-year-olds this year, which is right after Labor Day. So it'll be a good season again.
Nice. Can't wait for it, Rick Kane. Thanks so much, and we'll catch up with you in the spring.
You're welcome.
We'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Rick. Continued success. I know he's real happy about what happened at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs in 2013, and the folks up there are looking ahead to 2014. Can't wait to get back into action. They love their harness racing up there at Mohegan Sun, okay? Stick around. When we come back, we're going to have a look at many, many years ago in our Blast from the Past, one of the fillies for the ages. I'm talking one of the top fillies ever. Don't go away.
Messenger Stakes with a total of nearly $143,000 prize money.
Feel the action. Get a taste of victory. Spice things up. And play to win.
Get it!
Mohegan Sun, off-track wagering. Allentown, Carbondale, East Stroudsburg. Always leave happy.
Hello there, welcome back to PA Harness Week. She's Heather Vitale, I'm Steve Ross, and as promised, we're going to go back to 1960. 1960. And it's our blast from the past. 1960 was so long. When I see these videos from 1960, they look like they're grainy and they're from the year 6. You know, but it's only 1960. I don't know why that is, but whatever it is. This is an amazing race. It is the 1960 Messenger, and Heather's got all that for you.
I do. The purse is $143,000. Well, very close to it. And at the time, this was the richest race in harness racing history. Okay.
Yeah, back when the newspaper was a penny and
exactly.
a candy bar was, you know. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, this takes place at Roosevelt Raceway in New York. It's a field of 10, but of course, you want to keep your eye on driver Delvin Miller. He's got the lady in the field, Countess Adios, and she's taking on the boys in here.
Roosevelt Raceway, 40,000 fans watch a field of 10 3-year-olds cross the starting line in the richest one-heat race in harness, the Messenger Stake, with a total of nearly $143,000 prize money. There's one filly, number 5, Countess Adios, and she leads narrowly as they come around the first time. Breeder, trainer, and ace driver Del Miller is in the sulky. Close behind is Devon Goose, number 1, with Hugh Bell driving. The favorite, Major Goose, number 8, is way back and can't get through the field. On the backstretch of the last circuit, it's still Countess Adios in the lead. Devon Goose staying close, and Muncie Hanover, number 3, making a strong challenge on the outside. Countess Adios draws on a fantastic reserve to show magnificent finishing speed and cross the finish going away with a length and a half margin. A pretty purse for a stylish filly worth over $71,000 first prize money.
Countess Adios, she just roughs it up. Such a game effort by her in here. Not only does she beat the boys in the Messenger, she actually goes on to win the Kane Pace against the boys in the same year. She raced at 4 and she raced at 5, beating the boys. But then at 6, you know what Delvin Miller did?
What?
He raced her on the trot.
No.
Did you? Yeah, he raced her. Now, she couldn't really compete against like the higher levels on the trot, but she took a mark of 2:01 and 2. Now, this is back in 1963 on the trot, so she's a world famous pacer. Then she comes back as a trotter. That's how talented she was. This is really interesting. You know, when she became a trotter, they didn't even have to get rid of her pacing hobbles. You know why?
Why?
Because she didn't wear pacing hobbles. She was a free-legged pacer. Yeah.
I knew all that.
So there you go. They're a little harness racing 101 for you.
And
Had
she
the
was
style.
a ka-ching, a cash register back then, making all that
yeah,
money.
Just amazing.
When the Messenger came, beating the boys, yada yada.
Yeah, I bet you wish you were alive back then to see her race.
Me too, absolutely. By the way, folks, when I say the name Steve Warrington, that might mean something to you because Steve Warrington, his dad was Walt Warrington, and he has been a driver on the Pennsylvania circuit for a long time, many, many years.
Sanibel Island.
Sanibel Island, hello.
Yes,
That
world
great
champion.
filly? Yep.
Steve Warrington trained her and drove her.
Yes. Okay. So Steve Warrington is not just a driver. He's a very talented individual, and he came up with this great video and a terrific song. It is called Second.
Right there.
Right there.
Yes.
It's amazing, and you've seen it.
I have. Actually, I shot most of the video, believe it or not.
And you were actually in this video.
And I'm in the video. Look for the girl who is at the bar keeping the driver from going to race his horses.
The shameless hussy.
That was really tough role playing.
This is called the continuing saga of Second Right There. The old-timers used to call a horse right there if he was within a head of the winning horse at the finish. Didn't matter if he was third, fourth, as long as he was within a head, he was considered right there. Now there's a horse we all know everywhere. Never got a record, but was second right there. And a field of good ones going a pretty tough mile. A race you'd remember for a long, long while. They wanted us beat or back somewhere, just off the ticket. Yeah, they didn't care. But when we crossed that wire, them gamblers turned to stare. Cause you know where we finished, we were second right there. Now the morning was long, we were done training late. Still I stopped by the office on my way out the gate. He came like a vulture from out of nowhere with his touching story. Desperate despair, we need your horse. Phil late race, there's nobody left to take his place. Please race him just one time for me, and I'll make it up, buddy. You just wait and see. He'll be in real easy, yeah, that's what he said. He was easily in, way over his head. I figured on giving him a nice long rest. He'd been off some lately, just half right at best. What little Carey was given had to go a long way, cause with his groom he'd be lucky to get water and hay. Fool that I was, I started him there, and it's hard to believe, but he was second right there. Well, second right there, and I don't feel sad, especially when things been going so bad. Oatmeal, cornmeal, miss a meal too. If I had any sense, I'd Now he warmed up so lame he should never been started. But donor said, he's alright, he's just chicken hearted. The vet shook his head, yeah, I'll have to agree. Matter of fact, he don't look too bad to me. How long would it take in our simplest schools to turn out a bunch of old paid fools? Dead lame he went to help pay their fare, and as lame as he was second right there. Well, they talk about tracks that are really bad. The condition of that track was nothing but sad. Hard, deep rut stones 2 inches round, down and turn, it looked like plowed ground. I thought such conditions were long in the past, but the joke was the GM, he labeled it fast. You just have to call it one sorry affair, but we managed that course and we were second right there. Our driver got to drink and never showed for the race. We looked for a pinhead to take his place. We found a catch driver, shiny boots and hats, popping cigarettes and butts with his whip, like that. They set drivers up, really looked bad. The way he drove, man, was nothing but sad. He carried a rep for not being too square, but bad driving. We were second right there. Now when the man said go, things looked bad from the start, but here was a horse, he had nothing but heart. We left from the outside, post number 8, got bad speed from the man on the gate. Starter was average, like most of them are, but they think they're God when they sit in that car. In spite of the fact that the start wasn't fair, we showed them, we were second right there. They were down to the quarter, 28 and 4. He was parked all the way, or he could have gone more. He was hitting the first turn so hard he could fall, it's a heck of a wonder he got home at all. Down to the half, 57 and 2, he was just getting started and off came a shoe. All I could do was stand there and stare at that fabulous performance of second right there. Well, second right there, I don't feel sad, especially when things been going so bad. Oatmeal, cornmeal, miss a meal too. If I had any sense, I'd find something to do. It was certain we'd won at the end of that mile. Results were delayed for a mighty long while. Pictures don't lie, at least that's what they say, but I'm not too certain they weren't wrong that day. In my mind there's a doubt that remains even now that in making that printed in error somehow. When they hung out that photo we were just beat a hair. Officially, we were second right there. Sure, the next day the judges called everybody in, I guess just to prove they were all free from sin. The drivers had a story like a beautiful song. Could those poor innocent dears do anything wrong? We didn't foul or bother, in fact they claimed if there was any wrongdoing, hey, we weren't to blame. So with a smile the judge said, I think we've been fair. The finish will stand, you were second right there. I still have that picture, it hangs on my wall. Once in a while I think of it all. The finish is history, a bit tarnished by fate. Fame and fortune will just have to wait. I don't even care that we met with this thing, cause when you're bit by the horse bug you're slightly insane. All I want is that feeling like I'm walking on air. You know the one you get, you're second right there. Now second right there, I don't feel sad, especially when things been going so bad. Oatmeal, cornmeal, miss a meal too. If I had any sense, I'd find something to do.
All right, folks, we are out of time, and our holiday edition is now concluded. And boy, this is an amazing thing. But we want to wish you and yours, all the members of your family, a happy and healthy holiday season. Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate. And for all of us here at PA Harness Week, Bruce Casella, Kelly Connors, Charlotte McBride, and my partner Heather Vitale, I'm Steve Ross, reminding you to pick up the pace just a taste and get high on harness.
It's only natural.
Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily.
Underway. Starting fast outside here, Messenger to the